My worst fear as a teenager was watching the women in my family struggle with their weight and wondering if I was going to have the same problems when I got older. I was in cheerleading my whole life, and every summer I would gain 10 pounds. I didn't understand why. I thought it was lack of willpower. My high school relationship was toxic. I was essayed by my boyfriend twice. So I had a lot of trauma in that last senior year where I ballooned up to 185 pounds. God snatched him and took him away from me, and I spent that summer getting my life on track and focusing really hard on being healthy because I was determined to find my soulmate. Within 6 months, I believe I lost 40 pounds by going on a 1,200 calorie diet and exercising tremendously every single day. It was something that I knew that I couldn't keep up, and I was really worried about how I was going to maintain it afterwards because I felt like I was constantly starving. It wasn't long after that where I met the love of my life, and it turned out that we were both trying to get our healthiest weight so that we could attract somebody that we could spend the rest of our life with. We're both in college and working in food industries at the time, so we spent a lot of time at restaurants together, which was really difficult for my new lifestyle. Of course, at this time, I had no idea that 1,200 calories was not sustainable and something that I should never, ever do. I'm gonna say I gained about 10 pounds back within the first year and maybe 20 pounds back in the second year. And then after that, it was just a struggle to lose even a pound. And I started to get really, really bad PCOS symptoms, but I was not diagnosed with PCOS yet. Anxious and depressed, and really felt like I was a failure. Like it was the lack of willpower and not the lack of nutrients and support in my body. I did have my son on the first try, and I got up to 260 pounds because I wasn't able to be as mobile as I used to be. Really nervous about getting pregnant because the year I got married, I actually got into a life-changing car accident that completely debilitated my lower back and ruined my flexibility that I used to have from cheerleading. I stayed in a range between 240 and 250 pounds for the next several years. I just could not get the weight off. I believe I disassociated from my body, and I had a body dysmorphia where I did not truly see how large I was. One thing I did hate, however, was when other people took pictures of me. I was in complete denial and said, there's no way that's what I look like. It's just a bad angle. After struggling with infertility to have my second son, I finally was told that I had PCOS, and I found a PCOS registered dietitian, got my life together, lost 35 pounds, and decided, oh, I don't want to have a second son right now. I want to get back down to my college weight of 139 pounds. But God had other plans, and I had my second son. Pregnancy was really difficult, and I fell off of my PCOS routine, and I developed sleep apnea, which led me to not sleeping for 3 days and landing in the hospital. 18 months later, I started my PCOS journey again, and I went from a size 20 to a size 2. Running out of time, let me know if questions below.